Hello, everyone. Welcome to Introduction to Psychology 121. This is a video that will cover both sections for my Smart Scholar students and my Smart Transfer. So these are sections S1 and S7. So let me get this started. This is going to be I'm going to do the syllabus and Blackboard review in a few minutes. I'll post that shortly. This is just my general introduction, and I will basically be posting this in the discussion area with my video icebreaker post. So in a little bit, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can actually see my face. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing to do. I don't love it. But I do love seeing your faces. So if you feel comfortable and once in a while want to turn that camera around and show us all your faces, I would love that. I know we all miss seeing people and especially smiling faces. So let's get through this and we'll get started in the class. Again, the class opens officially on Monday, but I'm trying to get up as much information as possible for you so you can look around the class and ask any questions. Check the announcements section as often as you can. Typically, I will also send those as an email, and so I'm sorry if you're getting a lot of emails, but I'd rather you get a lot of them and, try to read all of them. It's also in the announcements section, or just let that be your cue to go to the class and look in the announcement section. As the class goes on, you'll get those lists often. So in the beginning, there's going to be a lot of information and things will kind of work into a more normal pace, although remember it's only 6 weeks, so we do move pretty quickly. There will always be an ask a question discussion board, and you'll see that right in the link, and I'll show you where that is in the class, where you can click on that and post a discussion board question that everyone in the class can see. So don't post anything personal there. If you have any personal questions or concerns, for that, send me an email to this address here at the Farina MM at SUNY SCC. I check this a lot. I have it on my phone, so I will get back to you here as quickly as possible. I can also meet with you in Blackboard Collaborative, which is a video meet space, so we can see face to face. I can share my screen, you can share yours, that kind of thing. I will be available Wednesdays from 1 to 2 in that Blackboard Collaborative. I'll set that up, and those are basically my office hours, so I'll just be here kind of hanging out on my computer. If you want to pop in, say hello, say how you doing, say, whatever, ask me something specific about class, I'll be there then, but I can always set up something else at other hours with you. That's not a problem. Worst case scenario, you can call the liberal arts department. That's a 518 number at the college, 381-1387. The assistant there will get me a message, or obviously get in touch with your Smart Scholar, Smart Transfer coordinators or counselor. They're really your best point of contact, and they can get in touch with me as well. So the text for this class is a fully online free textbook with a study guide and quiz built in. It's a great program. It's available free right now for SUNY students, which includes you guys. And we're going to be using the Waymaker guide. And basically what you'll do is, and again, I will show you this with another video. You're going to click on the current unit that we're studying and you'll see the study guide. You read through that, you're going to answer questions, you get some points for that, and then you'll take a quiz. All of the quizzes you can retake at least once. If you have a concern about retaking the quiz again after that, after your second attempt, your computer dies, or somebody pulls the plug, or the power goes, all sorts of things that have happened, or you just retook it and you just hate your score and you really want to retake it, send me a quick note and I can reset it. I don't have a problem with that at all. I'd much rather you go through and retake the quiz, reread the material and really learn it and improve your score, okay? So everything will be in Blackboard, so the discussions, the quizzes, everything. A quick little bit about me. I've been teaching at SCC since about 2003. I've taught online a lot, especially lately, but even before that, I started teaching online when my daughter was born. So that was 14 and a half plus years ago. Um, and so I've done a lot of online teaching, which has been really beneficial now. And so feel free to ask me any online questions. I'll see if I can help. I am not a computer expert. But I may know the person to go to if you have a sort of technical question. I have a bachelor's and master's degree in psychology. I've worked in the field with a variety of different jobs, and I continue to be really interested in psychology. So if I throw a lot of information at you, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'll just share links and articles and things like that just for your interest. So, all right. So this is our daughter Maddie. She is, like I said, 14 and almost 15. She's going into high school this fall. Our other two family members here, our other two babies, this is Ruby, this is Coco. You will hear them, most likely. You will hear Coco. She's the puppy. She's very loud, very vocal, and she doesn't seem to know the difference between working mom and non-working mom. So you'll hear her barking in the background, and I'm sorry about that, but I know it's going to happen for you guys too. If you have siblings or kids or family or dogs or, whatever else, cats and birds, people coming to the door. I know it's still technically COVID time and all sorts of things are going to happen. Don't stress about that. This is my husband. Some of you may recognize Mr. Farina. He is a principal at Oneida Middle School in Schenectady, so you may have seen him or heard of him. But yes, so that's my immediate family. My parents also live with us. We're a multi-generational family. So you may hear them too. Come over and ask a question or look for the paper or something like that. Okay, so more about the class. Attendance and participation is super important. Please log on multiple times a week. I would say minimum 4 times a week. If we were meeting on campus, that would really be our schedule. I really encourage you to even log on more than that. I do a lot of work on the weekends, so it's not as consistent as during the weekdays, but send me emails, ask questions anytime you want, and like I said, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Go in and look for where those study guides are. Again, I'll show you that with another instructional video. Take those quizzes, retake them if you need. This first chapter, we have 3 chapters, and I'm very sorry about that. I just wanted to really get that information in. It is going to be, more reading than you'll have in the rest of the semester. The first chapter is not going to count towards your grade, so that study guide and quiz, when you take it, that score won't count, but I really do want you to go in and look at it. There's some important stuff about history and psychology and careers and things like that, but really the most important chapters are chapter 2 and chapter 3. That's really where the meat of the class is for that first unit, first module. And then do the discussion. So even if we have 3 chapters, there will only be 1 discussion section for the class, for the week. So there'll be a total of 6 discussions, even though we'll cover more chapters than that. There will be a project. We'll talk about that a little bit later as we get going in the semester. Then in the second or third week, I'll have that for you and the outline. It's not going to be a big project. It's just basically going to be an extended discussion submission or a short paper that I will get to you very quickly. But right now, I just want you to get into the class and get started with all that. There will be a final exam, like the quizzes. I do offer that as a retake if you'd like to retake it when you get your score. So again, final exams, all the exams here are open book, obviously. So, you do need to study, you do need to know the material, but I find exams are not always the best way to evaluate what you learned. I really want to hear from you in the discussions and things like that. Remember that Ask a Question board is always open for general questions. So like I said, there's the Icebreaker video discussion. I'm going to do that at the tail end of this video for you. and then get through those first 3 chapters. Remember, chapter 1 doesn't count. Use that for practice. Do that first discussion. Again, I'll go over this again in the Blackboard tutorial video, and some tips. I have started a YouTube page, which is not nearly as interesting as I hoped that would sound. But I put all these kind of videos on my YouTube page, so you can go back in and look. I've done this for about a year now. So the videos will be for other classes that I've taught, but if you're really concerned about navigating Blackboard, feel free to go in there and look at some of my old videos. It might give you some, help navigating Blackboard. Once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad, and I try to lay out the class in a way that makes it easy. But always certainly send me a question if you're having trouble finding something or submitting something or anything like that. So do that icebreaker post, get started with the study guide and quizzes and your Mod 1 discussion. The first unit will be open a little bit longer because of the 4th of July holiday. So you'll have a few extra days, but Mod 2 is going to open during that 4th of July weekend. So we are going to, continue moving forward, even with that holiday, but I give you a couple extra days. The college website is linked right here. So now usually in my videos, I don't do this much switching of screens and things like that. This is the S1 class. If you're in the S7 class, it's going to look slightly different, but everything here should be the same. And so you will, this is what it should look like for you. So you're going to go initially to Unit 1. Let's see if I have this. Okay. You're going to go to Unit 1 to do the readings. Okay. And again, I'm going to do another video for this, so don't panic that it's... But to do the icebreaker post, which I'm going to do now. Okay. You're going to go to the discussion board, and you'll see the discussions that are open for now. This is always open. This will be open for the first week or so, and this will be open for the first week. And you're going to click on that and create a thread. Okay, and that's where you start typing and things like that. Now, I'm going to ask you these questions. Let's see. I turn the camera around here for a minute, but I have to scroll back to look and see if I can go back to what some of those questions are. So this is me. Hello, everyone. Happy summer session. You'll see the freckles on my face will get more and more as summer goes on, even though, yes, I do use sunscreen, and my daughter reminds me every day. Let's see. What was my favorite subject in high school? That's one of the discussion questions. I would say my favorite subject in high school had more to do with the teacher. My English teacher, and I don't remember what year I had him. He was fantastic. He was so interesting and funny, and he would, we were studying Greek mythology, so he would tell us the stories and act them out, and it was so interesting. And he had us read a couple of books that, I really enjoyed, and so that was probably one of my favorite high school classes. I was not the biggest fan, I will admit, of high school altogether. But I tell people I really liked college, and obviously because I still haven't left college, even though now I'm working as a teacher, I just love the college environment. So I hope you guys are enjoying your experience doing both, which is just really terrific. My current cell phone wallpaper, I'm a mom, so it's my kid, right? It's got to be the kid or the dog. Some other questions. My favorite family tradition. Gosh, we haven't done a lot of those, have we? Probably any of our family gatherings where we eat a lot and talk a lot. My family is very large. I have 7 brothers and sisters. My daughter is the 20th grandchild. So there's a lot of us, and we're just loud and fun, and so I think that's probably the thing I miss most in COVID is visiting with family. I will do one more question. Oh, I wish everyone could. wish everyone could, I would say, practice compassion and understanding a little bit more. I think COVID has helped us to recognize how important that is. But it's tough to do every day, especially when we go back to the real world and go back to commuting and driving on the highway and walking down the sidewalk and trying to interact with people more. And, it sounds kind of, it's probably because I grew up with like Mr. Rogers as a kid because I was a 70s, 80s kid, but I just wish everybody could be a little nicer. So, with that, I really look forward to hearing from you. Again, if you want to turn the camera around, I would love to see all of you. If you want to just put a different background picture on, post a picture of your dog. Obviously, I'm a dog person, but I love animals in general. So, if you want to put up any of your pets or, you know, places you like to go, things you like to do, hobbies, any of that kind of stuff. Just tell us a little bit about yourselves. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. All right. I'm going to stop talking now because sometimes I do talk. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday.